Right, okay, welcome back to another video. I hope you're enjoying this series, this video. Thank you very, very much for coming back. Today for this video, we're going to be learning how to draw a detailed anatomy human figure. So you're going to learn how to draw this specific image. As always, I'm not teaching you how to draw this specific image, but instead about the anatomy of the human figure based off of this drawing. Please bear in mind with me that this drawing is based off of the book The Figure by Stan Smith and Linda Wheeler. One of my favourite books. I learned pretty much all of the anatomy I know based from it. So yeah, I'm just going to be talking about it. This is me drawing it, but it is based off of their book, so please keep that in mind. So first off, obviously we draw the skull. So on the left side we've got the bone structure, and on the right hand side we've got the more like muscular area, so not skin but just under the layer of your skin. So obviously on the left hand side we've got the skull, then on the right we've got the frontalis, the temporis, and the ocular. I can't pronounce half of these words, but I learned how to spell them anyway. I do apologise for that, but at the very end there is an image of all of the things properly spelt out and everything, so please feel free to pause that or skip to the very end of the video so you can take a look for yourself. Either way works with me fine, perfectly. All I'm hoping to do is teach you a little bit more about drawing and anatomy. So for this bit, for the whole drawing, what I'm doing is I'm using a fine liner pen, as always. Well, not as always, but just for most of my drawings that I do. So basically that's all there is to it, really. I mean, there's not much more about actually drawing it, but it's just a matter of learning a bit about the anatomy. Why do I think it's important to learn about anatomy? Well, it's important to learn about anatomy for the human figure, especially when you're drawing, because it does give you that idea of how to draw figures. If you wanted to go into character design or animation, you learn how all the ligaments move, where to put your bone structure, and you don't have to keep looking back for reference images. That's one of the biggest things for me, is if you were to learn all about the anatomy, then it basically just allows you to not have to look at reference images. You can work off more of your mindset, and if you wanted to draw more in detail, it does give you that added advantage and benefit, so you are able to draw more of a detailed human figure. One of the other biggest things is for details, because obviously for drawing and details, for if you were to do graphite drawings, the shading takes up a lot of your details, and the shading and the lighting areas makes up pretty much all of that detail for you. So learning about the anatomy, not just the bone structure, but the full anatomy of the human body, which you don't need to learn about the full anatomy, but knowing the very basics and knowing what you're doing and how to do it, then you have pretty much the full skill set you'd ever need to be able to draw confidently about a human figure. As I was saying, in graphite drawing, the shading makes up a lot of your details. So if you knew the anatomy, you know where the muscle goes in, how the muscle shows, how the muscle is shown when it's flexed, how it's relaxed, etc., etc., which is one of the biggest things if you wanted to do character design. You know roughly how the proportions are, you know where the bends go, everything like that, etc., etc. I do apologise for a lot of the words being slightly faded or mumble-jumble, but I do strongly suggest that you buy the book Drawing and Painting the Figure, a practical and inspirational guide to professional drawing and painting techniques by Stan Smith and Linda Wheeler. It is one of the best books for learning how to draw the figure. Unfortunately, it is quite old, and a lot of the techniques they use are not quite up to standard or up to date anymore, but it's still an excellent book, and this drawing is based off of that book. So it has a lot of the details, etc., etc. I just thought I'd record me drawing it and talk to you a little bit more about why it's important to learn about the anatomy. Why did I make this video particularly? For me, that's an easy one. When I started drawing, when I wanted to start learning drawing, how to draw people and etc, etc. I started off drawing animals, but I wanted to learn how to draw people because drawing people is a lot cooler and it makes sense to a lot more. And you can do character design. And I looked pretty much everywhere, including Stan Prokopenko, but unfortunately what those videos do is they don't teach you about the anatomy of the human. They teach you how to draw a hand, how to draw a foot, how to draw biceps, how to draw a head. They don't teach you about the anatomy of the video. I know this video isn't teaching you, it's precisely about each individual anatomy part of the body, but I'm hoping it'll give you a rough idea, even if just at the end. What I do suggest you doing at the very end of the video is everything is drawn out, everything is labeled to a decent quality, and I suggest you just pause it, take a screenshot, save it, print it off, and have it just next to your drawing, because I've had something very similar like this next to a lot of the drawings I've done in the past, which has allowed me to know exactly what I'm doing for ligaments and character design, even for 3D animation, which I do quite a bit of. Character design on 3D animation, 3ds Max, all of that sort of thing, as well as traditional standard drawing, which I honestly do suggest you do learn about the anatomy of the human figure for whatever you're doing. So that's the full drawing that's been drawn out, and then I'm just labeling it. So that's what I suggest. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know if you wanted more or if you want longer, shorter videos. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. It's very, very much appreciated. Thank you all very much. I hope to see you again soon in the next video. Thank you.